Alright. So, this is my first time ever making a YouTube video. And, my name is Crack These Bones. People call me KD for short. But I wanted to talk to you guys about like this content drought that we're having. You know, all we do is we log in and run around and do world quests and world quests and world quests, and then assaults if they're up, right? You know, Blizzard saying you don't have to do it, but in reality, yeah, you do. If you want to be a mythic raider. Okay? First off, yeah, you know, some people like doing islands and stuff. You know, get their weekly cap done and stuff. Me personally, I have never touched it, not even once. Why? Because I do not enjoy it. Again, I do not enjoy running around and doing dailies or world quests every single fucking day too. And let me mention this, I do it on 4 tunes. Not just one, I do it on 4 tunes. And, you know, that kind of sucks, okay? Here's another thing. How come we can't spam dungeons? Like, how come spamming Mythic plus dungeons, like say you're doing a plus, you know, plus 10, plus 11, plus 12, and, you know, you don't get any loot or whatever. How come we don't get any fucking artifact power from that? You know, you don't even get anything. You don't get, like, any AP by doing that, right? The main way to get AP is by doing your island expeditions or whatever, and, you know, doing your dailies. And then now that they've added the Paragon stuff, which should have been implemented at the start of the expansion in the first place, you know, now you gotta do every world quest to do this. And it gives a decent chunk of artifact power, or Azeroth power. I'm just gonna call it artifact power because there's no difference in it. Second thing, nobody likes warfronts. Okay, 99.9% of people, again, this is my opinion, this is not a real statistic, do not give 2 flying shits about warfronts. Here's some advice, okay? Don't try and put a MOBA into an MMORPG game, okay? That's just stupid. To be honest, I think Ashran was better than this. And even Ashran was 99.9% garbage. Again, my own statistic. So, now let's move on to the main thing I wanted to talk about. Content. This is not content. This is bullshit. World questing every single day is not content. Okay? Now before, you know, the new raid is released, how come we didn't get, you know, maybe 1 or 2 new dungeons to hold us over? You know, to hold us over until, you know, BOD comes out. You know? It makes no sense, right? So I mean, that's something that Blizzard could have done. Here's another thing they could have done. They could have introduced a 10-man, or again 2 new 10-mans. Now I'm not talking about 10-man versus 25-man. Oh, 10-man is harder than 25-man. Oh no, 25-man is harder than 10-man. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, in Uldir you have flex. Flex is a thing, okay? Why can't we get like some 10-mans, like let's say, you know, go back to Burning Crusade, like Karazhan. You know, it was just a plain old 10-man, and people really enjoyed it. Okay? Same thing with ZA. I don't remember when they reintroduced ZA. I think it was in Cataclysm? No? Fuck. You know, I don't know. I can't fucking remember. But, anyways. You know, some brand new 10-mans. That's engaging content. You know, you bring 10 people together and you do a raid. Now, these 10-man raids, they don't have to be anything special. They don't have to be new mechanics. They don't have to do anything. In fact, let me bring this to your attention. They could have made both of these warfronts into a 10-man with just a little bit of fixing, a little bit of tweaking. Okay? So there's my thoughts on that. You know, they could have gave us a 10-man, you know, to hold us off. And here's another thing. Or, I'm sorry. Not another thing. But like I said, this is my first time ever making and recording a video to throw up onto YouTube, so bear with me, okay? This isn't going to be a long video, or I'm trying not to make it to be a long video. I have ADHD, so my mind is scattered a little bit. How come over the years it's been less, like, watch me just go through all this. It's been less and less and less, like 5-mans, and then obviously, you know, it's coming back a little bit, and then less. You know, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? Now, this brings me to my main point here. Here's an extremely what I think it could be a great idea. Okay? So we have all these old dungeons that are now irrelevant, right? I mean, yeah, time walking comes up, but in all honesty, time walking is garbage and it's bullshit, and you just want to get your 5 done so you can, you know, just pray and hope to God that you get like a 395 piece of loot, right? It sucks, whatever. So here's my idea. Why not, instead of just having all these, you know, these dungeons be Mythic Plus, why not make all of these Mythic Plus? Okay? You see where I'm going here? Now that way, they're not irrelevant anymore. And, you know, you don't have to sit here doing the same ones over and over again, which a lot of the times people don't fucking like doing. Like, I can never get a Shrine of the Storm. You know, King's Rest sucks. To be honest here, I can't. The only one I really like here is Freehold. I like Waycrest Manor, but I don't like playing in first person mode. Now, I'm not saying just go balls out, you know, make these all Mythic plus 5-mans. I say you should start, they should start with Legion. And you pick whichever ones you want. You know, pick like you know, like Karazhan, maybe Halls of Valor. You know, maybe Eye of Ashara. You know, whichever ones they want to test. And have it scale up to what level are you? Yeah, 120. Now, obviously, it's gonna cost money, right? Blizzard, you have over billions and billions of dollars. Don't be stingy motherfuckers. Please. In your TOS, you know, it says you don't owe us shit. Right? You're wrong. You do owe us shit. Or else you wouldn't have a game. Think about it. So, you know, take a few of these, scale them up. Now you're gonna have to do, you know, some probably a little bit of rework, right? A little bit of rework, especially with the loot. Is loot really that hard to come up with? Now the main thing here is the trinkets. Now you don't want to have OP trinkets going out, right? You don't want to have OP like back pieces going out or something like that. But the main thing is the trinkets. You know, you may have to rework those because we don't want, you know, this stuff to come into live servers and then, oh, this trinket, you know, like one-shots the boss. We don't want that. I know mistakes get through and go through and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so for a first YouTube video, I think that's pretty much all. No, actually, there is one more thing I want to say. Stop nerfing Mythic. Mythic 25-man, or Mythic 20-man, sorry. Unless the boss is extremely overtuned, or impossible to kill, do not nerf it. This is why you guys came up with fucking... I say fucking a lot, I'm sorry about that. But this is why you guys came up with Raid Finder. You wanted people to see the content. You wanted people to experience the content. Well, in LFR, you get to experience the same content. Although, to be honest, it really should be removed because it's just toxic and it's a fucking hellhole. Just telling you the plain truth. Again, you have normal mode for people to see the content. You have heroic mode for people to see the content. None of us enjoy when you nerf Mythic Old Ear, okay? and then we have to, main example right here is Zool. None of us like having to reprogress on a boss that we could have one shot. Okay? Now, if you were gonna make this change, you should have made it instantly. Okay? You know, with the rogue stuff. I don't play a rogue, I don't play a DPS, I only play healers. That's what I like to do. I like to heal. I like to keep my people alive. Alright? But going in and making the, doing that was totally, that was really fucked up. Alright? But my main point is, do not fuck with Mythic. Unless it's impossible. If there's a bug. Or if it needs to be tuned correctly, because it's, well, impossible. Okay, so that's it for my video for today. For anybody who liked this video, please hit the, please give it a like. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on on Twitch, and yeah, just let me hear your thoughts, because like I've just had all these thoughts bottled up in my head ever since the drought of fucking Uldir. And yeah, it really irritates me that, it's just log in, do world quest. I don't want to fucking do islands, because islands, I think, aren't fun. Okay? Some people think it's fun, people think they aren't. And that's just how, a game is sometimes, But don't put us in this content drought, alright, like this, when you could have easily have done something. Give us engaging content. Give us something to hold us off until you release that new dungeon, that new raid. I mean, because right now I can tell you, if I wasn't in a guild right now that we are preparing for BOD hardcore, I would have quit your game. And I've been playing this game since launch. So that's what, about 14, 15 years now? So, yeah, again, that is it for the video. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope to see you guys on my Twitch channel, especially for the upcoming raid, BOD. I can't pronounce it, but it's Battle of Desert Allure. So yeah, like I said, hit me up on Twitch, like this video, or don't like this video. It's all up to you. But these are some things that have been rattling in my head, and I don't understand why Blizzard isn't smart enough to, like think about shit like this. Okay, guys. Crack these bones. KD, outie. We're outie, Girl Scouts.